And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the OlimoLeague week number 236 broadcast. I do apologize for the stream going down once again. Feels bad, man. The second time it's happened so far this stream, and once again we got up to 200 viewers and we lost everyone. Smurge. But thank you for all those that did stick around. We do appreciate it, and we will continue the quarterfinals. We just wrapped up the round 16. We just wrapped up Hero versus Nigrat, and now we are jumping into the first Zerg player of the night. We've been casting so many TVPs here tonight. Now we are here with a PvZ, gonna be featuring Zoun versus Rex. Let's go, as game one once again is on El Dorado. As a reminder, the starting map is the same in each round, so the starting map for the quarterfinals is El Dorado. And welcome, sporting in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Green Protoss player, the Red Protoss. It is Zoun. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Offside Esports. It is Rex. Here we go. As we do finally get to feature our first Zerg player of the tournament. Let's go. Let us go. It's been, what, like 3 hours? 3 hours, and I've been deprived of any semblance of Zerg, but we have at least some here tonight. Thankfully. As we are going to be settling in. Again, my biggest concern is that because of some of these delays, because of the unfortunate instability, there we go, unstable nature of the Twitch servers, the broadcast taking longer than it otherwise should have, so it means I have less time to sleep. So that's going to be an issue later, but we'll be fine. We'll have some coffee. It'll be fine. As for now, we do have our initial hatch gas pool, standard open out of Rex. Likewise, going for a gate expand here from Zoun. So far, so good. As we are going to be settling in. Now, typically, Rex is a more aggressive player in this matchup. Not always, but we have seen a lot of cheeky builds, a lot of cheeky all-ins out of Rex over time. That is typically where Rex does thrive. We've featured Rex in WTL. Go toe-to-toe against players like Raynor. Go toe-to-toe against players like Cure as well. He's had some amazing results in WTL. But alas, we'll see if we can get there. We'll see what he has to show us here and now. So we are just calming things down and jumping in. Let's go. Hello, Tapia in the chat. I saw Tapia as well. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Boom, cool. Good to see you. Always. Becoeta. Plaza. For now, we are soon to embrace our tech of choice. It's going to be a pylon into the main. Based on this location, looks like a Stargate opener here from Zoun into a standard game. So far, at least. Meanwhile, from the side of Rex, no early tech, just going for link speed, and he does pull out of gas. Meanwhile, do you see what I see? Rex, he's mining through those gold minerals. He's gaining access to this third base location, looking to expand it towards his opponents. Okay. Probe is being hunted down. Adepts are moving out, and Rex should be able to freely expand. Here, should freely expand. Third base is not being taken. Third base is being taken. Zoun in position to deny any kind of reinforcements. Meanwhile, I assumed it was going to be an Oracle. My mistake. It is going to be a Void Ray opener instead. Let's go. It's going to be a Void Ray opener out of Zoun. Likewise, Adept shaves into the mineral line. Oh. Going for the drones. Gets one. One drone goes down. Going for another. Does get it. 2 drone kills already. Very nice damage. Zouni gets away with the Adept. Does get away. 2 workers. Full scouting information as well. And he's not done. The Void Ray is about to pop out. With this Void Ray, he can hunt down Overlords. He can deny vision, deny scouting, and keep Rex in the dark. Can keep him in. Oh, the spray, true. Let's go. As Rexy comes in with a scout, he does get eyes on the Stargate. The Void Ray did miss the Overlord, bear that in mind. But last going to be Void Ray into Oracle into a third base. But where does Zoun go from here? Again, the power of the Void Ray is that these Overlords should be hunted down and the tech is going to be hidden, the follow-up tech specifically. Whether it goes into a Twilight Council and Forge, just a Twilight Council into Gateway Explosion, into a Robo, into a second Stargate. Ooh, that is a second Void Ray here out of Zoun. That I was not expecting. And the Oracle gets 2 transferring workers, but it is zoned away. Second Void Ray is popping out. Here we go. As the Overlord does fall. And what do we get next? What do we have next? It is going to be, in fact, standard tech. Forge, Twilight Council +1, and most likely Blink on the horizon here for Zoun is going to be settling in. And meanwhile, Rex is going lair first. Interesting. No Roach Warren, no Roach Warren, no Bailey Nest. Is going for the 5-minute lair timing. Not too early is what I will say, but the lair first is a little bit telling as to what Rex is up to, as the chances of him skipping Roaches and going into Hydras is that much higher. Could even rush into Spire play. Oh, going for the safety Roach Warren at the 5:20 mark. Bit of a later Roach Warren, but Roach Warren nonetheless. Meanwhile, with that Temple Archives, it's looking like not Blink Stalkers, but +1 in charge instead. Zoun is mixing it up. And he's still making Void Rays, by the way. He's not stopping. Let's go. We have another Void Ray on the way. Do you love to see it? As we have gone up to our triple Void Ray setup here. Charge has begun. Temple Archives on the way for Archons, of course. And with this, Zoun is going to be a lot more aggressive, a lot more active. He should be hitting a timing with these upgrades. With +1 in charge. Void Rays a rock up to knock down the expansion. Oh! And can they force a cancel? They can! A massive cancel here on the 4th. Rex struggling to keep up. Does not get a Void Ray. Has to rebuild the 4th base. Is on it. And thankfully didn't skip Roaches. If he did, then he would be in danger when it comes to this timing, when it comes to this move out. This is designed to kill a player that's rushing into Hydras, into lair. Speaking of, it is going to be Roach Hydra here from Rex. Tooling heavy. Oracle forced to recall. And here comes that Gateway Explosion. And here comes that move out. As I did mention, +1 in charge are just about to finish. And here comes the Prism for the attack, for the push. And what does Rex have to hold on? Now, I'm a little bit concerned that Rex is skipping Roach production. And he is. We have 9 Hydras and only Hydras to defend. And Hydras, they just melt here against Charge Archon. This is going to be a tough hold here for Rex, as he has 0 Roaches. So here we go, Zoun opening up the attack path. Expanding behind the army. From here, he's moving out. Still has to mine through the patches. Oh, there we go. Does squeeze past. Morphing in extra Archons. Rex, he is able to get a handful of Roaches. Thankfully, it's going to be 4 Roaches here for Rex. He has massed up a decent amount of Hydras. Here comes Zoun. Now, as time goes on, Rex is refining his army, building up more Roaches, 14 more Roaches on the way. And they may pop out just in time. Zoun making his way towards the mineral line. Oh, you see the concave set up here for Rex. So far, so good. Forcing back the army. Rex, he is holding. Yeah, the Roaches are here. They're here to buffer. Ling's getting free damage. And Zoun forced to cancel the expansion. Oh, even catching an Archon. And again, Rex, he's essentially going for a 3-base all-in. Rex, he's cut workers at 71. Has cut worker production. Does focus saturation at the goal base, and then he's just maxed out. He's maxed out on Roach Hydra. Now, as the game goes on any longer, this is getting better and better for Zoun. So, Rex is on a timer. He's very much so on a timer. You can see Rex here, he's just now starting +2, just now starting the infestation bit, but this is late. These are late, this is late tech, late upgrades. It's all or nothing for Rex. Oh, and he's being shut down. Trying to force his way up the ramp. Does land a couple of biles, not bad, and it looks like he will force his way through. There are no shield batteries. Yeah, no shield batteries behind this. The Immortals are going down, the Archons as well. And Rex, he snowballs out of control. GG gets called, and Rex takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Very nicely done. Rex, he was vulnerable. He was vulnerable for a time, but if you remember, Zoun was taking his time. He had built up his Archons. He had built up towards that charge timing, but he did not hit it. He actually stayed back. He got a 4th base. He delayed his move out. If you remember, there was a window where there was 0 roaches for Rex. But alas, as time went on, he was able to rebuild. He was able to build up. He was able to reinforce his army, able to max out as well. GG. GG, well played. Rex just snowballed out of control, and Rex is now 1 game away from advancing on into the quarterfinals. Do we get a Zerg in the quarterfinals? Let's go. I'm here for it. 1 more game is all he needs. Meanwhile, it is going to be, of course, Zoun's map of choice, and we have our chosen map here. We're loading into Neon Violet Square. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Neon Violet Square, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Offside Esports. It is Rex. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Zoun. And again, I would say a bit of an odd build out of Zoun. It does look like Zoun was hoping that Rex was going Ling Hydra. If you remember, when Zoun scouted the main base, he saw the lair, he saw there was no tech, because Rex did just open lair without a Roach Warren, without a Baneliness. If you remember, it was afterwards at the 520 mark that Rex threw down the Roach Warren, and I believe that Zoun missed it. I believe Zoun did not see the Roach Warren. His style there to have a little bit less urgency and to move out when he did feel like he just wasn't really expecting any roaches. Once they were revealed alongside the Hydras, of course, then Zoun was caught out. He had to race back home, and he got caught with his pants down. Remember, 0 shield batteries back at home to defend, and he was caught out in the open as well. So very nice cash there from Rex, and very nicely done. Very nicely done. Does snowball out of control from there. Takes game 1, and we'll see how Zoun can recover. Now, as they load into Neon Violet Square, this is one of the most vetoed maps in the map pool. This is one of the most extreme maps as well. It is known for greed. It is known for cutting corners. And speaking of cutting corners, Rex is going for the gold. Makes sense. Wait, rushing into the gold base. Again, it's all about going for an earlier natural, an earlier 3rd base, earlier 4th base, rushing to the gold as well. You can be very greedy here on Neon Violet Square. This greed typically leads into the late game because it is very defendable on 5 bases, but with this early gold base, I would imagine Rex wants to go for an all-in. I'm feeling like a Ling Queen Nidus based all-in, or like a Queen Walker across the map with roaches, with a German taxi. There are different ways here to go about this, but typically if you're rushing into the gold base, it's not to play macro. It's not to get into a longer game. Not like this. So we'll see what kind of direction Rex takes us in. The spray! Let's go. As Zoun is forced back, and Zoun has yet to really confirm what's going on. He confirms that the hatchery is missing, and Zoun, he will check the gold. Yeah, he will check the gold base. He will confirm the build of Rex. Is aware. Early Roach Warren out of Rex. Again, it's going to be early Roach Rush, which is what we expect. Like early aggression, I should say. And Zoun is going for the Stargate. Standard Stargate opener out of Zoun. Probe does fall. And Zoun does not check the main base. He is not aware whether it's going to be a Baneling Nest or a Roach Warren or anything, but Zoun should be at least aware that something is coming. Something is wrong, especially with this gold base. There should be aggression coming his way. Here we go. So far it is going to be the initial Oracle. Oracle is on the way. Roaches are amassing. The Adept Shade, I believe, should confirm what's going on. Checking the vision, the Adept does see the gas mining at least, but does not see the Roach Warren. Alas, down. He has a piece of the puzzle. He's somewhat aware of what's happening. Is somewhat aware. 1 drone falls. 2nd drone as well. Nice damage. Oh, this is getting a little bit out of hand. Getting 3, getting up to 4. Ooh, 3 drone kills. And here comes the all-in. Here come the roaches. One way or another, the game is about to end. Ravagers being morphed in as well. Zoun just fully walling up, throwing down a shield battery. Void Rays in production. 2nd pylon. And with the energy overcharge, I mean, these Oracle openers are that much safer. There's just so much more energy to work with. He's going for the roaches. He's going for the roaches. Rex, he's going to be committing, is pushing in. Breaks through the front door. The shield battery's in already. There's only one. And the shield batteries are being targeted down. One roach does fall. Files on the shield battery. We're running out of lings though. Yeah, ling count is being thinned out. Roach is being focused down. And Zoun is holding. Yeah, Zoun, he is holding. He shuts this down. Lings, they do flood in, but it gets re-rolled. We have a re-roll just in time. Void Ray has arrived. GG gets called, and Zoun, he takes game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played. In general, these kind of all-ins that rely on Ling reinforcements have been nerfed quite a bit because of the because of the NG overcharge. Basically, these Oracle openers, these Stargate openers, they're so much more powerful. That Oracle was just raining down on the Ravagers, on the Roaches, on the Lings as well, doing so much more damage. So much more damage is available there, and with that Zoun, he completely shut it down. Also important though that Zoun scouted and confirmed that there was an all-in. He confirmed the gases, he confirmed the goal base, did confirm that there was aggression coming, and he responded and reacted quite well. Did react quite well. GG. GG, well played. That leads us into the ace match. And we'll see how this story ends. We'll see if this goes the way of Rex or Zoun. As we load into Rex's map of choice, Whispers of Gold. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom on the top left-hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the blue Protoss player from South Korea representing himself, tying up the series though 1-1, and we'll see if he can take it and advance on to the semifinals. It is Zoun. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Offside Esports. It is Rex. We go. So players are settling in. Rex going to be expanding here on the low ground, just going hatch first. Standard opener. Likewise, Zoun setting up as well. Now, as we load into Whispers of Gold, again, as we've mentioned many a time, this map is known for aggression, is known for all-ins. We have seen a lot of aggressive 2-base all-ins, 3-base all-ins, 2.5-base all-ins as well. Different styles, of course. Ling Queen Nidus, Roach into Droplord, into German Taxi, Ling Hydra-based all-ins as well, Roach Hydra-based all-ins. Aggression is favored, and I would imagine that's what Rex is headed towards. At the same time, Zoun could also try to beat him to it. We could see a Glavedet based build, we could see Glavedeps, we could see DTs, we could see an Archon based opener instead, an Archon drop I should say. There's a lot available here for Zoun as well. So I'm curious to see how he does open up, if he opens up aggressively or more passively and defensively instead. Here we go. She's down. Hey, Cranky Ducklings, what time is it at your place? Here it is 2 p.m. It is 2 p.m. We're here in the land of Australia. In the land of Oz. As always. We are, I believe we're 2 hours ahead. Yeah, we're 2 hours ahead of Korea. So if you know what time it is KST, then just add 2 hours. That's what we are. As Yolo does poke in. Does get a scout and does pull away. Based on the final location, looks like a Stargate opener out of Zoun. Once again, the spray. we appreciate it. Appreciate the spray. It's 4 a.m. here. Oh, you're in Europa. Oh, no. Get some rest, Pappy. Get some rest. If you're out there watching in Europe, take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Tune into the VODs if you have to go to sleep, as we should be here for like at least like what, another 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. Maybe 3 hours. We're like halfway through. So now Link's gonna be forced back. Again, we have the Stargate. With this, we can open up Oracle, we can open up Void Ray. Our eyes are going to be on Zoun. Last game, we did have the Void Ray opener, or that was back in game number 1, if you recall. To try to deny vision here from Rex. And once again, Void Ray. Second time in this series. The goal here to shut down these overlords. And this time I'm curious if Zoun actually hides some tech here. Could rush into earlier charge, earlier blink, glaive adepts. They are all available. Meanwhile, across the map, Rex, he is banking up some lings. We have 10 more lings on the way just to gain map control. But Rex is still droning. It's still droning up. I'm in Europe, but night shift at work. Thanks for the entertainment. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Take care, Pappy. Take care. Ah. I miss the night shift. I mean, there's some pros and cons, obviously. But it can be quite pleasant. So, glad I'm entertaining. And hope you have a good day at work. Or, I guess a good night. Good night at work. There you go. As the lings, they do get eyes on the third. They attempt to delay, but the Void Ray's in position. Probe goes down, and can we get the adept as well? Not quite. Lings, they pull away. Rex is link flooding. Oh my god, he's committing even harder. 12 more lings in production. Rex moving out. Still waiting for that that follow-up tech here from Zoun. Still waiting for it. As Rex is going to be committing. As lings, they do fan out. So the Oracle does get eyes on the lings. Zoun is somewhat aware. Adept's not quite in position, but the Void Ray is. And so far, Zoun, he holds, and he's getting another Void Ray. Once again, this is quite similar to game 1, where Zoun, he went up to, what, 3 Void Rays? Something that I'm not quite used to. Lings, they collapse in. There's the follow-up. It's going to be a Forge and a Twilight Council. In game 1, this led into charge lots, into Archon production. I'm curious if we see something similar here, once again. Meanwhile, 5 minutes of Roach Warren here by Rex. Roach Warren has been placed. Is droning up. The investment into these lings, it wasn't quite worth it here for Rex. It really did slow him down more than anything. And now he's vulnerable to this adept counterattack. As Zoun, he defends. Now he moves out, headed towards the third. So far, so good. Rex is keeping up. He is keeping up with the adepts. Roach Warren's almost done. This time a much later lair here from Rex, going for a 5:30 lair timing. As that is a third Void Ray on the way. Yep, into charge, into Archons. This is the same build that Zoun went for in game 1. Those force to cancel adepts, a shade into the mineral line. Rex out of position. Drone's going to be going down, getting 6 drone kills already. Good position here with the adepts. Lings, they cannot get us around. They're trying to. But start stepping is too good. Zoun, he shades away. And Zoun takes a lead. Wait, was that a kill? Okay, let's cancel. As he cancels the 4th base, gets 7 workers, does race back home to defend, and there's that Archon production behind this. Again, charge ults into Archons. It is the same build. As he also went up to 3 Void Rays. And if you recall, the purpose was to try to punish a player that was skipping roaches. But Zoun is playing it, Rex is playing it somewhat safe. Getting into +1 range. Hydra as well. Once again, he's working towards Roach Hydra. Void Rays, they go for the main. Zoun playing like it's 2020. He shouldn't get it. There we go. He's forced back. Mate, he's triggering my PTSD. It's those are some dark times. Void Ray openers into massive Void Ray into just sniping the main. We're past that. We're good. Never again, Pappy. Never again. It's the COVID era of StarCraft all over again. As Void Rays, they rotate over towards the third. Queens are keeping up. So far, so good. They're keeping up, catching up one of the Void Rays. Void Ray does fall. Void Ray is going to get picked up. Like, as behind this, Storm is on the way for Zoun. Zoun, he's actually taking up a little bit harder. Previously, if you recall, Zoun, he was actually focusing on building up his Archons earlier on and moving out on 3 bases. This time, he's taking a faster 4th base and, of course, taking faster into +2 and into Storm. So much more Mac-oriented state here from Zoun. Is thinking further ahead. Is setting up. Meanwhile, Rex is going to be cutting workers here at 3-base saturation, and is he going to join up the 4th? Looks like he isn't. No saturation here at the 4th base. Massing up more roaches, a handful of hydras. How many hydras? He's got 18. That's a pretty high count. Pretty high count. And he's moving out. Again, no joining whatsoever. It's going to be a 3-base all in here out of Rex. Knocking down those rocks and heads towards the 3rd. Now the problem here is that this time, Zoun has Storm. Storm is going to be available. And pushing into Storm is not going to be easy. Rex moving in. Of what, 20 supply. Trying to push forward here. But again, there's 4 High Templar full of energy. First Storm doesn't quite connect. Really just zones away. Second Storm as well. There's 2 more Storms left. At least 2. Much better connections. Oh my god. Jesus, calm down. No, he stands in the storms. The Hydras go down. And Rex's army melts. Suddenly, Zoun, he just skyrockets ahead in supply. Rex plummets. At the same time, Zelarame towards the 4th base. Zelarame here towards the 3rd as well. Rex is forced back. The hatchery's under fire. And Rex is being completely shut down. His army crumbles. Does save the expansion, but now how many Hydras? He had 18, down to 2. 2 Hydras left. Storm on the roaches. As now it's mainly a roach army. And over time, Rex is being outscaled. Oof, another Storm. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Zoun. The High Templar lagging behind. He gets 1. He gets 2. Does catch 2 High Templar. But the rest of the army is just going to snowball out of control. We have Charge-Lots, we have Immortals, we have Archons as well. Rex, he cannot fight this head on. And he's being punished. He's being punished. He falls all the way back. Barely holding onto that 4th base. And Zoun can just rotate. Can just rotate over. Clears up more of that creep. And Rex is barely holding on here. Oh, the Hydra. Hydra goes down. There are 2 Hydras left. Zelts, once again, they go for the expansion. They should not bring it down. It's going to be close, though. Oh, my god. It's very close. Down to 50 HP. Rex is holding. Behind this, Fleet Beam is done. Mothership is on the way. Zoun just looking very comfortable. And under no real danger. The roaches, they do nothing. Oh, god. They do nothing against this. Not anymore. They trade well against some of these zealots at least. But when it comes to the main army, it can't really be touched. Yeah, Zoun just collapses in. Files, they do connect, but Zoun can just take the blast to the face anyway. GG gets called as Zoun snowballs out of control, and Zoun will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played, Zoun. He will take the series. Rex, he fought well to force the ace match, but alas, here in game number 3, Rex, he did somewhat misread the situation. He was going for his own 3-base all-in. He cut workers earlier on, but we saw that Zoun was more than ready for it. This time, Zoun, he had rushed into Storm, and the Storms, they completely shut down the Hydras. The Storms were brutal. The Hydras, they melted, and without the Hydras, with only a roach-based army, it did nothing against the power of Zoun. GG. GG, well played. Zoun shuts it down, and that leads us into the final series of the quarterfinals. We have this one best of 3 left, so this one best of 3 remaining before the semis. Let's go. And up next, we have a best of 3 between 2 Terran players here, between Ryung and Kior. Let's go.